Welcome, 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 welcome. This is Wild and Weird Radio Live. And that over there, that's Joe in the middle, and that's Doomsday Dave over on the end. And I'm Ron. And this is the place where we all gather together to kind of try to make sense of things that are taking place out there in the wild and weird world.
Good luck with that.
Right? Right?
Because nothing makes sense anymore.
Grief. Folks, I have started the goals over there for you. For those who do not know, that is the way that we fund the show and everything else. Of course, you do not have to do anything other than hit the share button. That also helps us to get our message out. And we have thanks to last week's show, we have a new kind of a new mission, right, Joe? I mean,
we do.
We kind of figured out, thanks to all of you.
Yeah,
that it doesn't matter what the government says about disclosure. None of that matters. What we saw,
you guys have been saying that, to your credit, for months now.
Absolutely. And we've had people trying to share stuff and showing us stuff, and people are coming to the meeting and they're gonna show stuff there, which is gonna be amazing. So you know what? That's the new tag. And anytime that you share any of our contact too. That's good. Yeah. Any of our content, right. Just use that hashtag I am disclosure. And we're going to try to, make that a thing. Obviously, I liked it so well. Someone actually had said, you should make shirts. So here you go. They're done. They're over there in our shop. Actually, it's the first shop. It's the first shirts of 26.
It's the first shirts of 26, and I'm ordering mine tonight. There is a sale going on right now.
Yeah,
hurry up if you're wanting to get them. You can get them for $16.
Mm-hmm. They only do that for so long, and then they go to regular price. And I think it's like $25 or something. But and just so everybody understands how this grifting thing works. I think we make like $1.67 off of these. So this isn't
that.
If that, I don't know. I don't make very much. That's for darn sure.
It depends on what shirt you get, honestly.
Yeah.
If you get one of the premium shirts, we get a little bit more. But if you get the different scales and styles of shirts, it's less and less.
I swear that I think the most I ever made on any of our designs, any of our shirts, was like $2.50. And that was for one of the high end things. So this is more about just getting it out there. And that's what we want to do. So we got two styles for you to choose from. You can head over there and do it. We'll throw the link up here for you in just a second. And you guys can go and look at that. Man.
The good news is, with this sale that's going right now,
they do them all the time.
Our introductory sale ends, like, it's already over, but they actually extended a sale site-wide that runs until Saturday night.
Mm-hmm. They'll also probably have one for summer. Like, they do them seasonal. Yeah, they'll do them seasonal all throughout the year.
And these designs stay up year round. They don't go away. This isn't a limited time design like some of the other ones have been.
Mm-hmm.
This one is up and it's going to stay up. And if you want a shirt, just go to the website, type in, give them your phone number, and they will text you when they have sales. Or it's very infrequent, so you don't have to worry about getting spammed.
or very much, or you might, maybe one day, possibly, be able to win one of those shirts.
Right?
So, we're going to be doing some really cool things for you guys. Like I said, you are disclosure. All of us. I am disclosure, right?
We are already 6 in. Dances with Orbs, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ada Cox, thank you. Jordan Booker, you are awesome. We appreciate you. Gary Foote, thanks again, my friend. NW Hall, $5. I am disclosure. That's exactly right. Finding the Trackway, $20. Thank you. You guys are freaking amazing, and we love you all. It's what keeps all this going and keeps the lights on in the studio, keeps all the fees paid for the studio, and keeps us out in the field, and makes these weekends like we have coming up this Saturday remain completely free. For everybody who attends.
Yeah, for the whole thing, and take us presentation mode for you folks who don't know what's going on. I got a little video there for you. Here you go. Whoop. Yay, there we go. So that's our really quick little promo for it for all you folks who don't know what's going on. We are having an actual physical get together. We are going to have some really cool stuff. So I'm very excited.
Guys, the big giveaway for this weekend is going to be a
Dave Roberts. Camera. We're giving Dave Roberts away.
Yes,
because he's no longer of any use to us.
We're forcing him onto somebody, and we will stuff him in your trunk for you, regardless of how small. He's very foldable.
He is foldable.
If anyone's familiar with the original Trunk Monkey, I'm the Trunk Monkey. So if you feel like somebody's cutting you off, and right. I'll come out with the baseball bat.
Yeah, man, you want to talk about people cutting off. Today, the interstate was insane. There were so many wrecks all the way down 64, clear to Louisville. It was unbelievable, the amount of wrecks that were showing up on my I-64 alert notices. And there was like 8 or 9 of them just on my way home, which is only a 40-mile commute.
Well, apparently they're digging up half a nitro too, because I sit in traffic for almost 20 minutes this week every day. So it's been a lot of fun. They're digging these big squares out. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're like,
that's major. That instead of doing pothole patches, they'll dig out those big squares to eliminate like multiple potholes and just redo that whole section.
That's just insane. Anyway. So folks, we have the meeting coming up this weekend, and you are going. My goodness, I wish I could talk about it a little bit, but I will say this: the folks who are going to be there, you're going to see something really, 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 really freaking cool. There's actually I've made a special video for you guys that you're gonna be privy to, and it will only be shown there, just to let you know, because it's an introduction to what this thing is that you're going to get to see. And man, it's just going to be really cool. Can't wait to show it and get some feedback from you guys, especially the researcher group that's here, because that's the thing that, that's what these meetings are. We have other researchers who come in, share their data, everybody talks to everybody. It's a lot of fun.
And we once we have this thing completed, we will put together a parts list. So that way, if anybody's interested in trying to build one themselves, they can.
Yeah, go for it. And this is, UR disclosure. So let's, the more of these kind of little things we can get out there, the better. So let's see. What do we got? Anything else happening that you know of? Like, I know we had the issue last week. I think, who was it? It was Ike had seen something.
Yes. Ike is up in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And he's seen what is almost to be expected out of the New Jersey skyline at this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we got. I think I might be able to show that really quick. So let me go see if this will work. If it works, wonderful. If it doesn't, you can't blame me for trying. All right. So let me see if I can make this work.
And he's now captured these videos 4 times. He's captured these objects 4 times in the sky, and sent these over. It is a very interesting. Like, I'm shocked that more people aren't reporting these, and they might be. We're just not located in that area.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see very easily how people would see this and think, "Oh my God!"
Right. Yeah. let me get this thing up and running here, and I'll show you what we're talking about. Let's go over
here. Seth, we finally get to see it. Yeah, we were pressing on Tom last week, and
we got permission at the end.
We had to wait for his permission to use it.
Yeah, it was right at the end. He gave us permission. It's like, well, time to go now.
Yeah.
But let me see if I can find it here real quick for you. Has anybody else seen anything weird this week? Let's just throw that out there.
Yeah, it has been a week of Mondays so far.
Yes. I took tomorrow off work, actually, so I'm not going to have to worry about tomorrow.
Lucky a week of Mondays.
It has felt like a week of Mondays. It's been nothing but meetings and craziness, and
it happens. It absolutely happens.
Where is this thing at? Well, maybe that's it. Is that it? No, that's not it. I've already lost it, so congratulate me on that. But I will find it. Don't worry. Yeah, I'll find it. Don't worry. Hang out. I'll find it when we're doing something else.
Dances. This is similar. It was like Dances saw something like a plane, but the lights were in the wrong places and all on. That's exactly what Ike filmed and said.
Yeah, that's kind of what this is, and I'll just have to find it. I don't know what in the world happened to it. I downloaded it, I know, and I pulled it over for us. But anyway, I will go look for that here in a little bit shortly. And while we're doing something else,
watching, we have certainly seen something weird. We are watching you, allegedly.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe something pulled it off my computer, Joe.
Seth said the MIB pulled the file.
I'm just saying there are rumors that things like that happen. That's all I'm saying.
It's more than rumors. Look what happened with the Black Vault.
I'm just saying there are things out there, right? How many of you guys are new, by the way? Raise your hands. We want to see the new people and where you're from. Let us know where you're from. Okay, let's Joe, take us over to the news desk because it's pretty much just a big news cycle.
It really is. Tonight it's so news heavy.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to get away from just the news, but we are going to get your opinions, and we do have that wonderful little poll option. So we're going to be using that some more too.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, I like that little jam. It's always fun, right? Anyway, let's start off right where it's at, man. Let me pull this up here. And I think we all know that there was a deadline.
Yeah,
right.
It's now 1 day past the deadline, and I ain't got
Did you get anything?
UFO videos from the Pentagon.
Did you not get any videos from the Pentagon?
I did not get any videos.
You didn't get. I didn't get it. Dave, did you get any videos from the Pentagon?
Nope.
But we're not Congress, so that might be why.
Yeah, could be.
We don't have that kind of pull. We're not that special.
Maybe a fake video. Who knows? I mean.
Oh well, there's plenty of those. All we got to do is.
Yeah. I can pull up a bunch of fake videos
anymore.
Right.
AI does the biz.
Yeah, man. I mean, anybody can have proof, I guess, if they create the proof, right? So, yeah. So let's pull up the show order here, and let's kick this thing off because like we said, there was 46 files, and
there were 46 very specific files that were requested, and there were clues.
Could there be
where these 46 files were, allegedly sourced from?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Could there be something deeper with this? Maybe
there does seem to be, and I have been working on a family tree, so to speak, that might be finished by Saturday. If not, it'll definitely be shown for everybody next week.
Thursday, we'll have it done.
But everybody who is here Saturday might actually get to see this family tree, and we could talk a little bit about it ahead of time.
Yeah, it's a little. That'd be nice. So there's been some stuff, and if the people who've been watching this show know that there's been some stuff. Well, people have been watching all these other shows, know their stuff too, but I don't know that they put it all together just yet. And we have the advantage because I have to go through here and I make all these little clips that I can go back in retrospect and look at this stuff. We always said, none of this stuff is linear. This is all nonlinear. The whole,
and we have enough memory to keep it.
And
once you create the clip, we don't have to delete it.
But here's the thing. I guess it was this past week, some stuff dropped, and it dropped over on Weaponized. And it kind of references other things.
Yeah.
So we're going to look at some of those clips, and we're going to try to figure out about this 46. Okay. So let's just go ahead, take us presentation mode. Let's talk about the 46. And let's see if you guys can figure this out.
That's the goal. That's the goal, is to find that needle in the haystack.
And there's no needle. I know exactly where you need to go, and so do other people, and they've informed you. So the question is, are you going to be shown?
First of all, let's just talk about that for just 2 seconds. That was extremely fast, how he did that. Yep. And before, we were just like, we watched it just like everybody else who just watched that and said, okay. But they didn't think about, there's a nuance to this. There's what he says has a purpose. There's no needle, but I'll tell you exactly where to go. It's bigger than a needle. And that really began this whole thing. Notice the date on this.
The date is March the 13th. 1 month ago.
1 month ago. That's when this kind of, it started to get official traction. That's what I'm guessing by what we're seeing at this point. Okay.
Well, the mandate from Representative Luna had already been put out there that the Pentagon was to release these videos, and they had 30, I think it was, no, they had 45 days. So this weekend.
Yeah. So
when it aired anyway, because, he holds stuff for like a week or so.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exists, and if it does, one is enough. That's all we need. And then we know there's been a cover-up, and everybody else, like David Grush, Matthew Brown, Dylan Borland, Jay Stratton, Hal Putoff, you name them, they've been telling the truth the whole way along. Lou Elizondo has been telling as much truth as he could all the way around.
There's an interesting amount of names that were dropped right there, and anyone who's paying attention to who those people are kind of already knows that if that's the case, especially Borland, okay, if what Borland's saying is legit, then there's definitely something here that we need to look at. Second one, here we go.
Question I have is, should George and I, with whistleblowers, reveal crimes that have been committed relating to the cover-up of UAP if we know and can prove that there were mortal crimes related to UAP? Should George Knapp and I release that? Should we tell?
Absolutely. I'm all about transparency, and I think if you've got information, you should be releasing it.
By name?
Yeah, if you have proof that an individual has committed a crime.
Publicly?
Yeah, you're the press. That's why we need the Fourth Estate.
So that, what he said was mortal crimes. That means people being eliminated.
That's what he means.
And this is exactly, he said, should we come forward? Yes. In the name of transparency, come forward.
Yep. So here's the other clip for that. Kind of goes right along with it because it was the same setting. There's a lot was dropped in this.
There was.
That didn't seem to make a lot of sense back then.
It was overlooked by so many people.
It makes perfect sense now. It was foreshadowing.
What is the next step for this disclosure thing that we're experiencing?
We have several next steps. One is we just sent a letter to Pete Hegseth, Tulsi, to Chris Wright, and to I'm blanking, but we just sent a letter was signed by myself and many other members of Congress. And we're basically reiterating what the president has said, and then asking for a disclosure to members of Congress. And further, I gave them a list of files that I've become aware of that we gave them the names and the dates of these files.
Watch this.
And I have people who are monitoring these files to see if anything happens to them, whether they're deleted or changed or whatever.
You described it to us, and then the description given to Congress is this is an AI program that basically scours all the databases and archives and platforms and military intelligence agencies and scoops up really good UFO, UAP, USO video images, things like that, and puts it somewhere else.
Right.
As if it never existed on those platforms.
Mm-hmm. That certainly appears to be one of the main functions.
Explain that. So you have a list of files that I assume you obtained from journalists or people like that are of UFOs allegedly, and you want to see them. And so you're monitoring right now if they get deleted before you're given access. Is that what you're saying?
I have someone monitoring it. Yes.
And you were given a list of videos from journalists, maybe?
Yes.
The smirk.
From journalists and the UAP Disclosure Fund.
Watch this.
We've got a list.
There. Now this all starts to make perfect sense. We can see the trajectory of what this was. Random, files. Let's go to the next clip.
Targeted list.
Yeah, exactly. So here's our next list, which is the deadline briefing. This was compiled by NBC, but yours truly added a little bit of sauce to this because there's some things that they missed. So I corrected it for them,
A deadline from a lawmaker tonight who is asking for the release of 46 videos of what the government calls unidentified aerial phenomena, or UFOs, by tomorrow.
So you have your standard understanding of what would be able to function in this time and space continuum. And then you have these things that are just kind of operating outside of that. And what they tend to call these things are interdimensional.
They are specific videos with titles like several UAP in vicinity of Columbus, Ohio airport, UFOs in formation over Persian Gulf, and Syrian UAP instant acceleration. All referenced in a letter from Republican Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Luna explaining her urgency, writing, "The potential national security threat they pose is troubling."
Look at this list. It was sent to the Secretary of Defense, Department of War, Pete Hegseth. And this is by Rep Luna and our friends Rep Burleson, Rep Burchett. And in here, they asked for 46 different videos by name of UAP that are on servers, really sensitive servers.
Get that list, Jeremy. Do you have any thoughts on that? We can talk about it some other time.
I think it is no surprise to people that we have been working with Congress to make sure that they get the best of the best. These videos exist. We know for a fact they do, George and I. In fact, we've seen, if not all, most of them.
There are many people in government that we come across that will come up to us, some in various high-level positions, that have said, look, we've seen these things, or, we definitely think they're real. We just don't want to be labeled as crazy.
The UFO phenomenon moving from the fringe.
This is just the beginning.
To the mainstream.
I have to say, the fact that they chose that X-Files clip was probably golden and perfect. That was absolutely perfect.
Technology that we faced was far superior than anything that we had, and there's nothing we can do about it. Nothing.
In large part after a bombshell 2017 New York Times report titled "Glowing Auras and Black Money, the Pentagon's Mysterious UFO Program," that detailed a secret $22 million UFO program in the Pentagon to investigate reports of unidentified flying objects. The Navy even releasing videos of aerial phenomena spotted during military training flights, including this one of an object that appears over the water. Another seen in a mission from the USS Nimitz of some kind of object that accelerates out of view. Experts, including career officers, testifying on Capitol Hill that they've seen even more baffling things they can't explain. And one former intelligence officer saying the U.S. was in possession of a craft and beings that were not human.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human.
You say it's a 90-year cover-up?
Just about, yeah. 1933 was the first recovery in Europe.
You've said that the United States has spacecraft, intact craft.
We do.
Do we have bodies? Do we have species of
Well,
non-human?
naturally, when you recover something that's either landed or crashed, sometimes you encounter dead pilots.
From Hollywood and beyond, the UFO storyline has moved from the big screen to real life.
We just had the craziest orb UFO experience.
Singer Casey Musgraves posting images of what she says were UFOs she recently spotted while on a flight from Texas to Tennessee. President Obama reigniting speculation himself with these comments on a recent podcast.
Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in, what is it?
Area 51?
Area 51.
As for tomorrow's deadline, the Pentagon telling NBC News in a statement, as with all congressional correspondence, we will reply directly to the authors of the letter. Tonight, the big question remains. If the truth is out there, will they ever release it?
Oh, that's a good question. You know what? That sounds like a good poll question, doesn't it?
It does.
I think it does. Yeah. I think that's what we'll do. All right. Take us back to regular mode for a bit, and let's discuss this stuff.
So currently, if you read the thanks, Dave. Appreciate you. I'll be getting in tomorrow afternoon. Anyone's welcome to meet me and chat at the bar at Paws and Pints. Hey, it's a great choice. Paws and Pints is a fan favorite here for sure. So if you followed along with those videos, there was a mention of several, 46 to be exact, videos. There was the mentioning that they were referenced by name, date, and all the criteria by journalists. And then you saw Knapp and Jeremy making references once again. And then here it is. Now you got a poll up. You can go ahead and remember you type 1, 2, or 3 in the chat. It will register. Will they ever release the truth? Type 1, 2, or 3 for your answer. Enzo, what's going on, man? I personally think that they will not release the truth. They will release the information with no explanation. That's my personal take. Ron, your audio is dead.
That's because I muted myself, so you wouldn't hear me typing. Yep, I'm with you on that. I think that's what we're likely going to end up with. That and a bunch of just this mishmash, of because we've already seen it starting. We've seen the trend starting at this point, right? So that's a given. I think we've kind of started to see that happening, unfortunately, with some of that stuff that Gates was talking about. The alien breeding program, stuff like that. Those are those little half truths that are thrown in there.
Well, pretty much as you all know at this point, there was no list rendered with the excuse that the memo was not delivered to the correct office and that it was going to take some time.
Oh, no. There was no list. The funny part is, dude, do you even think that, they looked at that? I mean, as far as it goes, like
no, and like there are some at least logical explanations as to why. Mm-hmm. The obvious being the Middle East and the condition of the world over there and our involvement in that mess.
Yeah.
And, you know, that whole department, their whole focus is over there at this point. So it does not shock me in the slightest that papers could have gotten shuffled and just thrown into file 13.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It also wouldn't shock me if that was done completely on purpose and that they just ignored it.
Right. And, you know, that kind of seems to be maybe what did happen. But we did get this response from Liberation Times, I believe it was, right?
A deadline from a lawmaker tonight who was asking for the release of 46 videos of what the government...
I sent us to media mode because I thought you were bringing it in, and I guess it wasn't closed.
It just automatically started playing.
Yeah,
Wow.
it wasn't closed prior to me taking us out of
Let's do this.
Media into the main screen.
There we go. So here we go. There is the big headline right there. You see it, right?
War Department says White House coordinating release of never before seen UFO material.
Okay, so it's already not quite true. We know that we've seen some of those. I showed you that in that clip. Well, that's why I did that. That's why I went back and pulled some of those clips. We know where these clips, you know, at least where the title of these clips originated. We know that Jeremy said, yeah, we've seen them. We've seen almost everyone on here. We know that. So we've seen some of these. Now, we may see longer versions of them. I did not go back and count all the ones that have been released so far, but I'm going to guarantee you that there's a lot of these that you've already seen that have been, you know, fought over, and no one believes they're real. So what's going to change it? That's the question. Wait, I'll make it even more confusing for you.
Written by Chris Sharp, a U.S. War Department official has told the Liberation Times that the Pentagon dedicated UFO office is working with the White House and federal agencies to prepare the release of previously unseen, unidentified anomalous phenomena material. Yeah. The official added that the department welcomes President Donald Trump's initiative to turbocharge efforts to make UAP information more available to the public. End quote.
How are they going to do that, Joe?
The Department of War All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, aka ARROW.
Read that again. Read that again. That quote.
Well, there is a possessive apostrophe here. The Department of War's possessive apostrophe All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office is working in close coordination with the White House and across federal agencies to consolidate existing UAP records and collections and facilitate the expeditious release of never before seen UAP information.
Yeah, you don't need to read.
Established, ARROW has sucked the air out of the room.
Thank you.
And been nothing but a waste.
Thank you. That's right. That's end quote. But yes, you're completely right. When I saw that, I was just like, you know what? This is not going to go well. This is really, really, really not going to go well.
Yeah. No.
Like
because they're trying, Congress is actively trying to dismantle and erase ARROW and remove their funding and get rid of the program entirely. But this is now being handled by ARROW again.
See, that's what doesn't make sense. It's almost like someone did get the message, but someone also didn't get the message at the same time. Right? I think so anyway. I think that there's something going on here. Some things are not, some things are definitely not lining up.
Some tomfoolery.
Oh yeah.
So right? How did Representative Luna feel about this?
Do you want to see that? You want to see that? I'll let you see how she took it.
Staff reach out because they said, have they even responded? And then I had to call the White House because the Pentagon refused to respond, of which they then confirmed receipt and sent us a cute response over to House Oversight, which is where my task force is at that basically stated that they would brief us at a future date. But that's not really their call to make. Obviously, I would consider myself friends with Secretary Hegseth and definitely understood President Trump's directive to classify all these files. So whoever's trying to be cute at the Pentagon is about to get rolled because A, that's not up to them. them, B, Pete would not undermine the president, and C, this stuff has been ordered for release. And so we will be getting those files whether or not they agree with us. And so I think the fact that whoever was trying to be cute again at the Pentagon that decided to not pass our letter and to not release these at the said date, it just furthers the distrust that exists with the American people and the federal government, which, to be clear, I don't think Hegseth had anything to do with it. I don't even think his senior leadership had anything to do with it. I think it's someone lower level who's trying to, again, block this. And I will continue to say that we have a right to see this information. We asked for specific documents for a reason. There has been, again, a directive by the president, and so we're going to continue to push for this.
And there it was. We asked for those specific documents for a reason.
I.e., they were spoon-fed to us by name, by serial number, by lot number.
For a reason. Exactly. So, yeah, this looks like there's something going on here that, we're not really quite privy to, but let's do a little digging. Let's go a little deeper and let's see if we can figure out exactly what might be happening here based on the little pieces that we put on the table so far for you guys. Right. So let's put our thinking caps on and look at this. Okay. Here's the next clip.
Now we were able to look for the list. Let's jump off that for a moment. And guess what? It had disappeared.
List of what?
Disappeared.
A list of what?
Recovered materials.
Recovered materials.
Close.
Huh.
It was a list, but we were given the exact location, and it was gone from there. And it couldn't be gone by any normal means. So someone removed it.
Those facial
Jeremy the entire
expressions.
time is just like eating it. Like, yeah, oh,
Yeah.
they did what? This is preposterous.
The heck you say? They did this? No. Like every bit of it. That smile is right. That's right there is validation and vindication.
That right there, that the way he's behaving is exactly why Jeremy and I could never play poker. Because we're both really bad tells. When we know that we have the deck, when
It's
we
true.
know we have the cards,
No, it's true.
There's no satiating that feeling or the
It's hard
the
to keep,
oncoming arrogance.
well, it's hard to get you to keep your mouth shut sometimes. Let's just call it what it is. I mean, there's been multiple times you've had to be called down.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah. I mean, we don't have any state secrets or anything. Don't come after us. We're not scientists, not UFO scientists, for God's sake. That's for sure. I don't know nothing about them. Yeah, but that's crazy, right? I mean, that's
crazy.
That's what we just saw. So if you put all those clips together that we just did, what's happening?
It paints a picture.
Well, yeah, it paints a picture. What's it paint a picture of, Joe?
Well, it paints a picture of what I call a power broker.
Yeah.
There is someone that holds all the cards.
Right. Hey, you know what? We got 60 people out there like watching us right now. You guys need to get in on this conversation and be heard.
Yeah.
That's what this place is for. Because hashtag I am disclosure. You are disclosure. So join the conversation. We want to know what you're thinking about. We want to hear your opinions on this. It's just that important. This is something that affects everybody. Will they release the truth? Poll number 1. Looks like the overwhelming majority says it's going to be a lie sandwich, kids. And I can't disagree with that. How about you, Joe?
Yeah, I think so. Dave, what's your take?
Yeah. I mean, heck, they're already infighting as it is. So,
all right.
I mean, that's kind of your answer right there, I think.
Joe, take off and go back to where you were. I'm going to pop us a new poll.
Now we were able to look for the list.
Stop him. He's not ready yet. We're not ready for that. No, keep talking. Keep talking. Go back. There.
Oh, okay.
That's
we said go back. I thought it was go back to the media thing.
It's all right.
Seth says, are you guys aware of Jeremy's new film coming out? Sleeping Dogs is the film. There's 2 films, Seth.
Man.
I discovered one today while I was making said family tree that I'm hopefully going to be able to show you guys all on Saturday who's there and everybody else next Thursday. There's another film that is called The Immaculate Deception. And there's Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs trailer premiered yesterday. And there is some audio. If you just listen to that with your eyes closed and don't pay attention to the clips, because it's all just B-roll for the most part. But listen to it. Listen to the voices. Listen to what they're saying. And oh my God, is it telling a story? I talked with Ron and Dave yesterday that I believe that it was released on purpose on the 15th as a response to not getting the list.
Mm-hmm.
And that this is a forcing of the hand. You've already seen his behavior in the videos. He's been getting a little bit more frantic. Not frantic. Frantic's a bad word. More charismatic and more open with his hand. This is maybe a setup to prove the cover-up. Oh, I think so. I think that is 100% yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because we said that on the show. If you go back and watch, this is going to show that there's a cover-up if they reject it all and don't do it. Or it could just wind up giving all the videos.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, either way, there's something's going to happen with this. If they get the videos, something's going to happen. If they don't, go ahead.
Eggleston brought up something. It said, I noticed that USA HEC's YouTube was taken down. What are the chances that the War Department shut down Army's History and Education Command by accident instead of Arrow?
Oh my God.
Given the fact that Hegseth recently quoted Pulp Fiction.
Could this happen
in
for
a
real?
verse of the Bible that doesn't exist?
True.
I'm not going to rule it out.
Yeah, these things can happen and could possibly. Folks, if you are just joining us, jump in the conversation. Let us know where you're from at least. And weigh in. I want to know what you think about this stuff. We all want to know what you think about this stuff.
Trackway says there will be a law sandwich. I just don't recommend biting into it.
Oh yeah.
Could be full of screws.
Boy, oh boy. It's not wrong. You're not wrong. Let's see. I've got where are my notes? How far are we?
I've been deleting this down.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you.
Where you're ready.
Okay. So, that's the whole thing though, man. I think the question comes down to have they done this? What could this possibly prove out?
Thank you, Hippie. We appreciate you.
I think that's the
wild and free.
Multiple blessings. Where are we at on that, by the way? I haven't checked.
Oh, we're over.
Okay, so we'll be doing a new song tonight. All right, cool. Gotcha.
We're over.
I got you. Okay, so what could the purpose be? I think that's where we need to be with this, because if they do prove that there's a cover-up, okay, and that it's been going on for a very, very long time, possibly 90 years, I think is what Grush had said. So if that's, hit that button. I mean, seriously, smash the crap out of the like button. We got to get the algorithms to pick this up and get this out. This is actual disclosure. We're not the government, but we're giving you more than they are. So there you go. What could this actually mean, gentlemen? This is the question that I have for you. If that's the case, if they do have this system that scrubs stuff and changes stuff, what could this mean?
Well, Dave and I both have an IT background.
Yeah.
We both know this software exists. I most recently used this software in closing down Rite Aid. And some of the stores I did remotely. Some of the stores I had, like if I couldn't get in, didn't have a secure enough internet connection, I had to go there physically. But all it took was one thumb drive into the server, and I could hit 36 terminals in the entire store at once.
That's you, though. This is a system that's AI driven. That's told, go out, find these, delete.
The thing is, you don't even have to do that. Like a person can do it effectively.
Sure they can.
AI can do it, in a couple seconds, but
sure they can.
Like a person, this software, to get around to where I was going, the software exists.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I've used it. Dave is aware of it. Dave's probably used it from time to time to scrub HIPAA or PPI.
Anything that needs to be deleted.
Yeah, anything that needs to be scrubbed that contains identifying information.
Yep.
Essentially.
Classified information,
and
identification.
That's generally what it's for.
Right.
And with Rite Aid, it was obviously HIPAA, right?
Right. With the drug department, right?
Yep. With all the pharmacy stuff,
Pharmacy.
I had to go in and scrub everything and make sure that those hard drives were clean. The program that I used was called Wipe Drive. And in the program itself, you can tell it if there's anything you want to save. So what my specific orders were when I would go into the command prompt, it would be like I would type in the command what programs I wanted it to ignore. So I would just, whatever OS those systems were running, I would just type in, the form name for it. And essentially it would strip everything else down all the way to the operating system, and you would have a factory reset and the drives would be completely scrubbed. And it took about 45 minutes because it was very thorough and it scrubs everything. Now I could do some of that from home.
Yeah.
And at one point, because they cut us off and some of my stores were in Tennessee, instead of them wanting to pay me to go out there, I just remoted into the server. I could get into the system, boom, and I could kick it off there. Now, this has been started 7 years ago. Now, fast forward, even at that time, there was stuff that I'm sure that the government had a hold of where they could just reach out and touch whatever file on whatever system they wanted and yoink.
Bingo.
The FBI and CIA, probably the NSA, has been doing that for far longer than we know.
Yeah, the NSA
guys. As well as I do.
The whole point of why they existed was to do that.
As well as I do, Dave. When we were back in the band in the old days, there was Echelon. Everybody was talking about Echelon, how big that was a big deal back then. They're listening for keywords on the phones. Yeah.
We had all and during the September 11th attacks, that's when they came out with, I should know the name of that bill, but the one where they can.
The Patriot Act.
Patriot Act.
Patriot Act. Yeah.
You're right. It's still very much active,
Yeah. So, I think the proof that it's possible is right there. Now, the mission is to catch them up in it.
Yeah.
And if that's what's happening,
the way you would catch them up in that, the easiest way to catch them up in that is to have masters in a hard copy.
Yep.
And then let them corrupt the digitals. Let them corrupt whatever is stored on a hard or on a server somewhere.
Yeah.
And then compare them. Here's the master. Let's plug this master, because you can anymore. A lot of your smart TVs, a lot of your even the dumb TVs still have USB hookups.
Yeah.
And you can run video or pictures off of a removable hard drive or thumb drive. Yep. You can just plug it in and then go into the functions and select that you're going to play from this, and it'll play through a media player. So it would be easy to do that without risking those files being seen on a net anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, basically, all you have to do is compare these files. You're looking for proof of life actual, and that means a complete direct copy rather than some kind of a manipulation or, a changing. And as you heard Burleson say, they have someone watching them. That's why they're watching them. They're watching them to see if they disappear or if they're changed in any way, shape, or form. So I think this was a play. I think this was a setup and a brilliant possibility of blowing this thing out of the water.
Amy True, what's going on? Good to see you back out there. Thanks for stopping by.
So if they prove this cover up, guys, if that's what this is, and they prove this cover up, we really have to come down to this whole thing. Like what was it all about? And we've speculated on it for darn near ever at this point. I mean, are they afraid of what's behind the phenomena or just losing control?
And personally, I think it's control. What do you think, Dave?
Absolutely control. I mean, they have to control the narrative. That's what it's all about. It's all about the narrative.
And not
whatever that may be.
Yeah. Wow. Look at that poll, guys. Look at that poll.
With the narrative comes power.
A lot of it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot.
And you have to look at this for what it is. If it's real, then there's technology here. We said it last week, world-changing technology. And you control that. You control the world. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
Whoever gets it controls the world. And that's why at the end of last week's discussion, go back and watch it if you didn't get to watch that. But, we were just kind of saying, if we had that, I don't think we'd share it. I think we'd get rid of it because it's too dangerous right now in the current form. Because we're not ready for that. That's, and I think that's one of our issues. We have a possible technology that could literally change the world for the better, or it could literally destroy it. So, it just depends on whose hands that it's in. And right now it's in the hands of people who are compartmentalizing it and putting it into these boxes where no one can study it except for a select few, and they don't even know what they're doing. Your goal is just to weaponize it, or your goal is just to figure out the propulsion, or your goal is just to figure out, the metal, and no one can talk to each other. You're not gonna figure anything out. It's not gonna happen. Yeah. We could have figured it out. We had 90 years, guys. We could have figured this out by now.
Yeah.
But no one can talk to each other. So
got to be compartmentalized. Got to keep it all broken apart and hidden and secret.
Yep. That way, if you find it, you don't know what you've got. It's just that simple. It is easier to keep the cat in the bag once it's out. Yep, it is indeed. It's going to be a pain to get it back in it's not going to go back in the bag. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Once this thing drops, we were talking about this today. It's just like a sweater. You start pulling the thread, pretty soon you ain't got a sweater no more, man. It's just going to unravel everything and show whatever's beneath. That's what's going to happen.
I mean, there's a way to compartmentalize the public.
Yeah.
You want to think of it that way.
Yeah.
I think that is kind of what we're looking at. I think that we are seeing some kind of a move toward trying to, like you said, Joe, control this narrative, and just keep it for themselves, even though they can't do anything by themselves. They're hoping that one day they'll make this big breakthrough magically somehow. Instead of having everybody's eyes on it, everybody's hands on it, working on this thing and cracking it within 10 years, because if we do that, then we're going to repeat the same thing we did, with the Manhattan Project. That's why everybody has nukes now.
Yeah.
If you can really keep something secret, then that would have probably been the thing to test it on.
Seth says you can go back and read presidential daily briefs from the 60s that could tell how much and what cargo was on USSR flights and the specific USSR soldiers on board. The insane accuracy from 60
years ago. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They've been playing this game a long time, guys. But no, it does. It seems that, I don't know. There is this disinformation that's been going on as well. They're feeding it into Congress at this point. Are they even going to know the truth when they see it? These are the things that we have to really ask. So when these 46 files drop, if they do, I think they will, but I don't know that it's going to make that much of a difference, because you're still going to have the same people arguing over what they are, what they could be, what they might be.
Yeah.
I don't see any clear answers,
because it doesn't just because there's 46 videos. There's 46 videos that appear anomalous. It doesn't mean that they truly are.
How good will it actually be?
Exactly. Now, some of them we might be able to just blow over. But a handful, I guarantee you, there's going to be things that will blow your mind.
That's what we've heard. That's exactly what we've heard, from the people who've seen them.
What's going on, Rainstorm Hunter? Love the thumbnail.
Absolutely. Rainstorm Hunter 71. Welcome aboard. So, what's funny about this is that we've kind of been talking about this for a while, and I think that we kind of arrived at some of these conclusions, and now Congress is kind of arriving at these conclusions. Yeah. That's the funny thing. And I don't know, how far ahead we were at this point, but it does seem like things are catching up. And I don't know where it's going to go from here, but this, again, as we've heard said, may not be about extraterrestrials per the label. Right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All you got to do is go back and watch watch our show, watch any of the other stuff revolving around UFOs, UAPs, high strangeness, and you're going to see the similar tones echoed, that it might be something that's here. It's might have been something that could have been here all along. Yeah. Just hiding.
Yeah. I mean, and we even brought up that we had that whole episode on, the possible origins of humanity, the whole thing. Right. And the question was, how long would a species have to literally be terrestrial here before, their true origin no longer defined it?
Yeah. And
think about that.
And during some of the research today,
yeah,
it got real weird.
Oh, yeah.
I dipped into some stuff regarding, the underground bases that we've been made aware of.
Yeah.
We all know that our planet is in a state of flux, and it has been ever since it started spinning. We're coming towards a magnetic pole reversal, moving ever so closely to having that happen. And a catastrophic event that could potentially spin out from that is geomagnetic failure.
Yeah.
And if that happens, that means that, there's a ton of radiation that can now access the surface.
Yeah.
Our atmosphere is still thick enough to support life, even in state of failure, but the radiation, you'd get sunburn really, really easily. You'd have a lot of, plants would get fried. It's going to be a bad time overall, but the safest places to be for that is underground. But because Earth is like a great shielding mechanism from radiation, but the second best place to be is underwater.
Yeah,
deep underwater.
How interesting!
The deeper you go, the better. And if there was a technological society in the past that experienced one of these events and said, yeah, you know what, let's just go down here. It's safer here. Things are less turbulent down here. There's not as much of effect from, when there is an earthquake or when there is some kind of geo-specific event.
Yeah.
If you're underwater, the effect is minimal. It's not like being on land where you could have tsunamis and typhoons. It's very minimal.
Yeah, it's true.
So the environment, while heavily pressurized, is extremely safe, all things considered. But a technologically advanced civilization can essentially solve for pressure the same way that we solve for pressure in air flight.
Exactly. Especially if it's really technologically advanced.
Yeah, exactly. So, something that can move 200 miles an hour underwater.
That's as big as a football field.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I might have heard that.
Yeah. That's a lot of, yep. It is a lot of friction that is being eliminated to do so without any disturbance on the surface of the water.
Yeah, we can't do that. We can't do that. Not with our stuff. We can't do that. So yeah, well, it's interesting. It really is. that the secret to this whole thing, go ahead, Octo.
What is it?
Octo had a thing there.
Oh, yeah, Octo. More radiation equals more genetic changes and evolution for the survivors.
Yep.
Let's see. Geez, who cares? We deserve to know, no matter how shocking. It is what it is.
You know what?
It has always been this way. We might as well know.
And we were talking today about this. Most of us, it's not going to affect. I just straight up can tell you. But boy, there's a lot of them it is going to affect. And those are the people who care. But our job will be to help those people, because see, we're all in this together. That's the thing we all have to remember. This is Earth. We are here. This is, our job. Our job is to help each other, contrary to what you may have heard. That's our job, to make sure that we survive. That's our job, to make sure that we can integrate this into our society. And this technology, like I said, can be good or it can be really bad.
Yeah. Now, Godot says, don't forget the long-standing UAP turf wars between the Navy and the USAF. Of these 46 videos, there was actually a total of 62, 63 that originally were there, but they scraped 13 off that were U.S. Air Force videos and just requested these. And then today, the commander, the general that's over Space Force, made a statement that was kind of peculiar, didn't he, Dave?
Yeah.
What did he say?
God, I can't remember word for word. You have it written down because I don't remember.
It was under UAP phenomena takes place under 100 kilometers in altitude. So it's not our domain.
It's SEP, guys. That's SEP.
Yep. Space Force made it an SEP and isn't gonna fool with it.
Somebody else's problem.
It's people down here's problem.
Yep.
Now, Anita brings up another point that was referenced as well today over there when we were doing some research, and Gary Nolan made a statement recently.
Oh, we're going to get to that.
It's the first
coming
thing
up.
Come up.
Yeah, it's coming up
It's
literally.
the first thing that he said in
wow,
I think the last 2-3 months.
Yeah, he's been pretty quiet. Yeah, he's been pretty quiet.
That means he's working on something, just so you know.
Yeah, I guarantee it. Take this presentation mode. Let's go to the next clip and let's roll into that, because it's right at the end of this.
Okay.
That we'll get into that whole conversation, because boy, oh boy, I hate to be like this, but told you so. Anyway, probably. Let's see. Contact. Yeah, that's the name of it. There's a reason for that.
High strangeness. What's going on? In an elevated state of mind, strangeness.
Put a percentage on it that we have made contacts with aliens. What your certainty would be at what percentage?
When you say we, what do you mean? The government has made contact, or
human beings,
or they have been here? I think.
Yeah, 100%. I guess they've been here.
100%.
100%.
I've talked to too many people. I've talked to too much. No, I mean, some of these people that they got nothing to risk but their lives and their reputation. The government is not telling us everything about what's going on. I believe there is something else going on. It's not ours. It's not the Russians. It's not China's. Either one of them had it, they would own us, even more so than China does now. So I think the only other option is that it's something maybe not of this world, or of this world that's been here for a while, and we're just not looking in the right places. And I believe there's some people in the government that might have a clue about what it is.
Does anyone know the answers to the big questions? Who are they? Is it non-human intelligence? If so, where are they from? Why they're here? What their interest is in us? Do you know the answers to those? And does anyone else in the government intelligence community know?
I don't, and I don't know anyone that does, and I would seriously question their claim that they do.
I get briefed on something every week. They've got files and they've got photos, and I mean that includes the FBI and branches of the military, and because brother, I've seen them. I'm just in a
what have you seen?
And I'm not allowed
what
to,
have you seen?
to describe exactly what I saw.
So here's the question I have.
Well, Tony made a distinction here. He brought up and he said he loves how he differentiated between the government and human beings and if they've made contact.
Right. There was quite a bit in that, actually. I've seen them. And does that mean that we may actually get to see in some of these videos, some of these photos actually going to contain proof of that? If so, then that's a whole game changer.
It really is. And when you listen to this entire narrative, Burchett is on like a completely, you have Burleson who's like transparency. We want to get this out here and be transparent as possible. I can respect that. Then you have Burchett who's like, dang, I've seen some, and y'all need to see it too, because I had to see it and my brain is melting out of my ears, and it is something crazy. You guys need to know what this is. It's real. It's been here forever. And like he's saying if you've noticed anything from this guy, he is literally saying everything he legally can without getting put in jail.
Yeah, without saying it.
Like he is taking it as far as he can, which means he has rehearsed this stuff. He has sat with his legal team, and he has sat with everybody and said, now, can I say this? No? Okay. Well, can I say this? Yeah. All right. Now, can I say this, and this? So that way it points towards this that I can't say? I can? Okay.
Breadcrumbs. The trail, the breadcrumbs, the things that are said that aren't said. They're with this whole
crumbs, man. He's dropping like whole on ingredients. Here's the chili powder.
I'll tell you, man. He's come closest to any of them.
I know.
And then flat out, everybody else is like, I can't talk about it.
I really kind of wondered about him though, because he says an awful lot, and I've kind of got to the point to where like, I wonder if he's going to, they can't disappear him. Well, I guess they could if they want to bad enough, but I wonder if he's got to the point where he's been too close to saying something where they've kind of jumped on and smashed.
Sure, they have. I'm sure they have.
I guarantee it.
I guarantee it, man. I guarantee it. All these guys, they know what to say and what not to say, and how, how far to push it. Like, there's no question, but I'll go ahead.
Rainstorm Hunter says, because no matter what we take pics, videos of, they'll all resort to calling it AI or bad AI or whatever.
That's true, my friend.
The skeptics will do that every time. There are religious skeptics just the same as there are religious believers.
Both are dangerous.
They're both extremely dangerous.
It's 100% the fact, man. Both are dangerous. They both have the same mindset. They want to be right. And we don't know what this is. I mean, I'll tell you that. We've told people this multiple times. We've told people this in public multiple times now. But there's something there. And what's amazing about this is what another little thing that James Lukatsky said a few weeks ago on Weaponized, when he was kind of talking about, the phenomenon, how it may be teaching. That kind of I'm sure a lot of people are like, this is crazy crap. But as well as I do, that is kind of where the data led us when we were doing Horizons. When we were doing Paranormal Horizons, we got toward the end, and we weren't even going to share this. Here's a behind the scenes thing for you. We were sitting around talking about, man, can we really even say this without looking like nut jobs? Because we're literally sitting here saying that this data that we're following, it shows that something was not only interacting with us, but that this thing's been interacting with us for a very long time, possibly, and that this has all been set into motion, that this is part of some kind of a elaborate play.
Or at least something has tried for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time. And
because there's other theories out there right now.
Yeah. So, there's that. And take us to presentation mode. And I'm going to let you hear what he said and how he says it. So let's see. I'll go over here. And it's right here.
Don't dismiss deception. Well, is the word deception from, let us say, suspected aliens. Let's use that. Don't dismiss deception on broad terms. Their part.
Oh, the messengers of deception, meaning the visitors themselves could be deceiving humanity?
Haven't you and both you and George encountered professors in school? And I certainly did in engineering and science. They were game players. They wanted to make you think by playing games. Sometimes they went too far. They just plain weren't doing their job as an instructor. So I don't want to be like that, but they wanted to have you come to your own conclusions. The data is there.
The data actually plays out and it's accurate as far as I can tell. This small sampling that we did actually correlates to what may be there. I think that we did this because we were supposed to do this. Yeah. As strange as that sounds, that's what I got from this. Because how many people get the chance to literally say, okay, this is what we caught. This is what's out there. There's too many people who want to tell you what that something is.
There's also too many people who want to sensationalize it.
Right. It's pretty sensational enough. It doesn't need any more.
It doesn't need your help.
It really doesn't. It's like the orange, the orange UAP we caught. It's pretty sensational.
It is.
I mean, I'll just tell you, that's amazing. And how it was captured is even more sensational.
Right.
Because you have to consider, I just picked that Sonics up at that very particular moment and pointed it at the sky, looking in this direction, and this thing appears. It's almost like it knew I picked that Sonics up.
It's almost like we're the cats, and that's the laser pointer. It's almost like that. We did the thing. Okay, well, here, we'll just do this now.
Oftentimes it seems like they're trying to get us to do something and to see if we'll even respond.
Yeah.
Stand by it still. As weird as it sounds, as crazy as it sounds, I stand by it still. I think that there's definitely something going on with this that has this sort of a teaching element to it. Now, I'm sorry, take us back to that again. That was a long way around to get to this. And we're not the only one who thinks this, guys.
So Dr. Gary Nolan has come out with a statement and said that he suggests that this is not a zoo. It's a laboratory where both sides, at least at this point now, are the rats. I would think that if they're real, they're smarter rats than we are. Now, the statement here above says that Dr. Gary Nolan suggests that instead of humans studying UFOs from a position of control, both humans and the unknown intelligence are simultaneously observing and analyzing each other from within the same experiment, with the other side likely possessing a higher level of understanding.
I mean, what can you say to that?
I mean, it seems to be very, very accurate based off of our research. How many times has our experiments gone to the next level literally once the engagement level is increased?
Not even just ours, Joe. Think about what happened at Wineberry and how we saw the escalation. We predicted the escalation.
We did. But we predicted the escalation based off of data.
Yep.
And it seems like we mentioned earlier that it's directing us to go this way. What are the odds that we are inadvertently or just as equally giving it signals to go and do the things that it does?
Right.
Like very much that it's two rats in the experiment and we're playing off of each other.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's definitely what seems to be, when we said this multiple times, it seems to be a call and response kind of thing when we're out in the field, right? Especially when we did the tests. You guys will get to see that soon. That's going to be coming up on the next couple of episodes of Strange Realities. Yeah. But you folks who are coming to the event Saturday are going to see something a whole lot more. Because, you know, as we've said before, you know, we did do an experiment out there. And we did get what seems to be a very crazy response to that particular experiment. And you know, you can look at it and say it's coincidence, but you're going to have to go through a lot of stuff lining up for it to be just 100% coincidence.
Yeah, it's a really interesting phenomenon to be
Absolutely.
And honestly, that's why it has stolen me from the Bigfoot community.
Yeah, what's our poll looking like, Joseph?
Which one?
There should only be one up.
There's two up. Which one do you want to show?
The other one stopped. There we go.
No, they're both okay. So was this maybe a setup to prove the cover up? We're about the same numbers we were previously.
Okay.
73% and 20%.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop that one then. And then I'm going to start us up a new one. So anyway, carry on there.
So,
fire this up.
So yeah, Octopus talking about Barnaby's show over on Unseen or Untold Radios Network, I believe. Yeah, I was actually one of Barnaby's first interviews when he first got his show over there. We're fairly decent friends with the folks over at Untold. We've known them for years. Let's see. Then we got Tony says, weird. I was on a CE5 and got bored. So I looked around with the night vision goggles and started playing with a cat with my laser pointer. I wonder.
We've all done that with the laser in our hands. If there's a cat around.
Seth says it's an interesting point he made, referring to Dr. Nolan. Enzo, synchronicity can lead you to all kinds of amazing places. That it can. And synchronicity like annoys me to the nth degree. Like, I'm not a huge fan of it because it's such a high strangeness buzzword and buzz topic, but it is there and you can't ignore it. And sometimes it forces you to pay attention to it.
Well, guys, you guys didn't mention it earlier. We didn't mention it in the news earlier, too, but talking about all this going on, they had announced today that there was another scientist missing. Now it was from previous August, you know?
Yeah. We know. We saw that. That's some crazy stuff. Let's see. I am trying to start the other poll. It does not appear to want to let us start that poll, however, for some reason. So maybe it's that thing. You know, that's in control now. I don't know, guys. Something happened over here. Very strange. I stopped that one. Do we remove it and then start the new one?
Here we go. I had to delete the other two.
That's what it was. Okay. There you go.
All right. So could we perhaps be being taught by this NHI at some level?
I mean, it's a valid question.
Yep.
Taught, led, you know, not just experimented on, but trying to be shown a certain way or manipulated. Call it what you want.
Are we potentially showing it something?
Yeah. Are we using it? Could it be a symbiotic relationship, right, Joe?
Well, I mean, if you think about this logically, Gary Nolan is a very logical individual. He does not jump to jump to notions with speculation at all in his research, and is very, very dry. Okay. And that is just the nature of his work. And he is very good at what he does.
He's extremely good at what he does.
So with that said, any kind of experiment or trials
mm-hmm.
between two different cultures on this same planet are always in this touch and go method.
Yeah.
To determine and establish safety, risk assessments, testing the waters, so to speak. Yeah, our Byron, who's training too? Exactly. Are we in a situation with a potential intelligence that is new to us? Like, whatever is under the oceans has obviously been here forever and probably doesn't have to do this with us.
Yeah.
It knows we're dangerous. It knows that we're a threat. But whatever this new thing is, whatever this phenomena that we engage with when we're out doing research, it almost seems like it's testing the waters. Like, I hate to use the comparison, but you have the group Skywatcher who is out there trying to hijack these things.
Yeah.
And allegedly successfully doing so. And then you have groups like ours who are like, well, let's play. Two totally different dynamics using very similar techniques, but with very, very different end results.
Yeah. Yeah.
The end game from both parties could not be further from one another. One is trying to commandeer, the other is trying to just make contact, just touch the other side.
Yeah, I think there's definitely, that has to be taken into consideration, especially if there is this consciousness bridge that's between the whole thing, right?
Right. So if this having an experience with people like them, when they're not the only ones.
Yeah.
When they come into a situation with things like this, then, or people like us, the dynamic is different. Byron says it could be like crows. They bring presents to those that give them some food, but that's just them trying to get more food from us.
Well, that's that commodity thing that Bob Lazar was talking about, right? It's like we're some kind of a commodity. He didn't mean food. He meant that there's something that we have that enriches them in some way, possibly.
Well, and it's not using the crow comparison. I've raised some crows. They remember you.
Yeah.
More than just for the food aspect. There is a companionship level, but there is 2 or 3 crows that have that relationship with my truck, not me. They recognize my truck, and every morning, just about like at least 4 of the 5 days of that I drive to work, there are crows that they meet me at the intersection or just down the intersection going to the interstate, and will drop stuff. I noticed them dropping something on the right-hand side, like inside the white line. And me knowing what I know about crows is like, oh, there's something that wants me to break. So I run over it with my truck and it breaks it. And then they come after I go past, they come over, they grab what it was and they take off. Is it a nut, bone? I don't know. It happens really fast, but I know roughly where they're going to be in a 20 to 30 foot section. And I watch for them. And when they do that, I go and I hit it and take off.
They are quite smart.
So they're not seeing me. They might see, a bald headed sunglass wearing figure inside, but they recognize my truck. So they've developed that relationship with the truck.
Yeah.
What are the odds that when we go out with the equipment, we're generating this certain amount of EMF frequencies just from turning our power on?
Yeah.
That it's a signal. Oh, hey, there's those weirdos. Let's go play with them for a minute. We can get some decent data from these guys because they'll entertain what we're doing.
Right.
They'll follow along.
How fast do you think it is, Zorgon? Because before we make that one, are they taking bets? Is that what you're saying? They're like,
Right.
they're literally like, I bet I can make this one jump. Watch. How much you want to bet? 3 quadrillion Zongdors. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what a Zongdor is, so don't take that literally, and don't draw any conclusions. Weirdos. Anyway, Joe, take us to the presentation mode again. The other neat thing was old Bob was back over there again and making his rounds as he does after these things come out. And there was some interesting interactions with Mr. Lazar that showed up on various platforms. I caught a couple of those very interesting highlights for that. And let me find those for you, and I will let you see what we caught. Because there was definitely, there was a lot of talk about element 115. Let's just say that. And there were some things that were talked about in different ways. So let's just play this one for right now to start it off with. There's a couple. So let's see this one right here.
Bob, through a bunch of shenanigans, they get a piece of element 115, they bring it to his house, and he's curious to see, can he replicate some of its elemental principles or whatever he was seeing. They put it in a waveguide or cloud chamber test, and I just you were there. So there you are with the 115 in the puck, and he's got it in this cloud chamber experiment. I know you're not a scientist, you always say, but what did you see that day?
It bent. It bent. There was a laser that was shot through this cloud chamber, and it bent. Now, I don't know.
The laser bends, right? So look at this crazy part. This one.
You saw with your own.
Not that one. Dang it. We're having problems over here, guys.
It's the aliens.
It may be. It may actually be the aliens this time. I'm starting to think it might be.
You got George Knapp saying, I saw the laser bend.
That's not it.
Bob gave George. We tore about his house. We tore up his house for years. Brown case, looking for this. He wants to put it out to the world. Bob was hoping he could find it. He was bummed that George, somehow it got out of George's possession. But you're telling us for fact, you were there, you saw this, and there is a tape of it somewhere. You just can't find it.
Yeah, and you have a piece of it. You found a piece.
I did find a piece.
It was somebody who recorded over.
Not the 115.
Not the 115. There's a tape apparently out here somewhere that shows that test. They fired a laser at this element 115, and it bent the laser beam.
And we've seen this. Iski brought it up here. We've seen this before.
Yeah.
Laser bent at Skinwalker too.
Bingo. Yeah.
Over the triangle.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, that was the video I was trying to find for you guys, but it's not here now. So I don't know. I don't know what happened to that. But yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, it literally has happened. Very strange. It's just really strange in the fact that, the whole element 115 thing. And they talk about on there. I'm actually I'll put it in the description after the show. The episode. If you didn't get to see it, it was really cool. It was episode 115. That's what it was, right? It weaponized episode 115, and it was the last one.
Yeah.
And they talk a lot about element 115 and the whole thing about how Bob didn't steal the element 115 because everybody thinks he did. And if you watch S4, you kind of can put two and two together. But Jeremy even says, I'm giving you hints. If there was shavings, if someone was machining this, shaving. But it also suggests that someone was there with Mr. Lazar during that experiment. So we don't know any more about it than that. But apparently, yeah, that's a pretty good revelation, honestly.
So we have
what's your feel?
115.
Yeah.
Bending light.
Yeah.
We have Skinwalker Ranch's triangle bending light.
Yeah.
We have a new UFO video that was released by Logan Paul.
Oh yeah. I forgot about
technically
that.
is bending light.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that did happen.
And Bob in the movie, not to ruin the movie for anybody.
Yeah.
But Bob in the movie, because you can go listen. He's put this out on podcast at this point. Bob describes walking out underneath the craft while it was in operation.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
and
right.
Looking up. And when he looks up, he sees the sky above it because it's bending light.
That's right. I forgot all about that. It bends the light around the craft.
Yeah, I couldn't see it at all.
Yeah.
Back, yeah.
Now, when he stepped back, he could see the angle of it. He could see the edges again. But when he was directly underneath it, there was no sound, no vibration, no air movement.
Yep.
And the light was bent around the craft, and he could see the sky above him.
You're right. I completely forgot all about that connection too, Joe.
Well, if you guys remember, I think it was the Japanese or maybe it was the Chinese. And I know here in the U.S. they were working on a wartime bodysuit.
Oh yeah, that was China and us.
Oh yeah.
It'd be like around, you couldn't see the person; they're basically invisible.
Right? Yeah, they tried that for a while.
I remember that.
Back and that was in the early 2000s. I remember I was still in high school when they first showed that on the History Channel,
and
it was on one of those modern warfare shows.
Yeah,
and they demoed it for a sniper, and it was basically this suit that had cameras all over the back of it, and it was putting the image on the front.
Yeah, it used fiber optics, right, Joe?
It was using fiber optics.
Yeah, I kind of remember that thing. That was pretty wild. Now, Bob also showed up on Area 52.
Yep.
Anita says, remember my description of the local UFO? Sky camouflage? Yep.
Sky camouflage. Yep. That's right. Yeah, Anita. That's absolutely right.
That latest interview was the best, wasn't it, Ron?
What is it?
That latest interview, that Area 52, that interview was...
I thought it was great. I thought that interview was great.
It was better than Joe Rogan's interview.
There was, well, he was just right on with that. Yeah. You know, he was just like being himself, and it was really good, I thought.
Yeah.
And he didn't get drunk this time.
And he didn't get drunk this time.
Godot says Lazar stole it, but gave a meaningful silent response, plausible deniability for legal reasons. His eyes and Nap partied. It was a party to it was screaming, yes, they stole some. But like, I don't think that they stole one of the triangles. I think like Ron, like what you're mentioning, when you're machining metal, anybody who I worked in the metal shop in the Air Force. So, you know, there's tons of shavings everywhere, and you would try to collect them and throw them away. But like you never get all of them, and it's easy to get some stuck to your clothes.
What you said right there. What you said. I mean, I think that if it came out, it literally walked out, and I don't think it was stolen. I think that it was possibly maybe or on the sole of a shoe, or I'm just saying they're
you know, all it takes one time is wearing felt bottom shoes.
Well, you know, we already know that Bob had some ideas about getting stuff out, right? So it wouldn't surprise me a bit. What would you need, Joe?
Literally, all it would take is just putting a chair stopper.
Yeah.
A felt chair, and those felt chair glides have been around since the 60s.
Would you even have to go that far and just get that? You know that wax stuff we used to they used to put posters on the walls with.
You would risk that coming off on the floor. Like I'm talking about, put one of those felt stops on the bottom of your shoe. It's not coming off your shoe.
That's true. That's true.
You're going to have enough material. If it's shaved off, you just step on it, and that whole puck's going to get covered.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong. So, but
it wasn't long after Bob's house was raided. And of course, it's been raided multiple times over the years.
Yeah,
but yeah.
But it's really hard to tell. I mean, to be honest, I think we'll hear more about this in the future. I'll be honest with you. I think there's going to be a lot more of that coming out. But yeah, on Area 52, let's get to some of those questions. There was a trick question involving element 115, by the way.
He was careful about that.
There was a trick question. And I honestly thought it was really wrong. I'd be straight up with you. I would never have asked Bob this. I would never have flagged this question. I don't care if you're doing your job as, you know, a journalist or whatever. no, I would not do that. I wouldn't go there.
Bob seemed a little taken back from the question too.
He did, but he actually answers that question if you paid attention. Take his presentation,
Amazingly.
Mr. Joseph. And we get a really cool story in the process.
I got a few questions from some interns. So we have this membership, and interns can ask questions to the guests. So they had no idea that I was, going to have a podcast with you, but I asked them in our little channel. I was like, hey guys, just, fun little question. Like, if you could ask Bob one thing, what would it be? And like people just started chiming in. So I grabbed a few of those questions and I'm going to pull them up here. Hara asks, if you could have taken one small item from the hangar with you, what would it be?
That's a tough one. From the hangar.
Or from the lab.
That's kind of a trick question there.
Why is it a trick question?
Boy, I just don't want to get into that.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Yep. Yeah. Feel free. Yeah, that's fine. There was a story of a burger camera.
Okay. Yeah. There was that.
Yeah.
But that wasn't in the hangar.
Yeah. Don't go there. Don't go there. That was a friendly Bob warning.
It was, yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that he handled it well.
He did.
He handled it very, very well. But we got a really good dances. Definitely. We got a really cool Bob story out of that because he talks about this Burger King camera. And, I knew he's describing this thing. I was like, oh my God, I had one of this. I got it out of a bubblegum machine back in the day. It wasn't the Burger King one. It was the same thing though. It was those little cameras. They were everywhere. You could buy them for nothing. Just clipped onto a 110 film cartridge and you had a camera. But here's that. Take us in the presentation. We'll see if I can do this again. So what happens here is I've got to select this right here. Get the video. And then I got to select that. Now, I don't know why it's not remembering it, but either way, it's right here, camera.
Do you want to tell that story?
Yeah, sure. I went at the time, it was later on in there. I went to Burger King in the morning, and at that time, there were no iPhones or digital cameras or anything. Everything was on film, and they had 110 film cartridges, which were small, about that big, and had a little round area on each side where the film would go. And Burger King had, I think if you bought a Whopper, they had a camera, which is just a very small piece that would just snap on to the 110 cartridge and turn it into a camera. So you could take pictures like that, but it only made it like maybe 2.5 inches long by 3/4 of an inch. So like a rectangle like that. And that I knew I can get into F4. So to fast forward a bit, my desk had hollow steel legs on it. Yep. The bottoms were open because one of them had, the little plastic caps was missing. So I know it was hollow. So I actually managed to take a single picture of the craft by opening the door. And I put the camera in the leg, not knowing, because I wanted to see if I could come and go, but I never got to take it out again. So the camera and the picture are still at F4 in that leg. But
wow. All right. Well, if anybody's working at S4 right now that's watching this, do us a favor, grab that camera, upload that picture. We want to see it.
Yeah.
That would be so wild that the best picture of a UFO would be taken from a little like a fast food camera or whatever.
I mean, actually, to answer the question, I may have already done that. Okay.
Yep. Good enough.
Yeah. Well, okay then.
I may have already done that.
I may have, but I may not have. I don't know. But the questions were great. They were the best part of the whole thing, I thought. And then that ending part, like everybody's Bob's fake. You know, okay, whatever. You believe what you want. It doesn't really matter. But if he's fake, this last question, man, he's really playing this up good. Let's just say that. Because that's a picture. That's not a. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you that. That's right. Check this out. I actually found that clip, you know, the Burger King camera. But what's really funny about it is I went to their the comment section and look at the comment section.
It's hold on, let me blow it up so I can read it.
Here.
All right. Bob Lazar sent me here. Me too. This. Also shoot film, so I was curious about this. We can see pretty clearly it wouldn't have been a very good photo, even if it gotten according to plan. Even a good 110 camera is pretty low resolution. And this is just about the worst there is. There are, of course, spy cameras like the Monox, but it's safe to assume that pre-internet Lazar wouldn't have been able to get one easily. And he didn't seem invested in it in any way. And of course, he was probably being surveilled.
Look at all the people. Me too. We all did. And Bob wasn't lying. Same. Like this guy posted this like 2 years ago. And you know, thanks, Bob. Like all these people like found his, including me, just found his video because of Bob. And I thought that was just the funniest thing. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This is hilarious. But isn't that great? But let me find.
Burger King wants you to have disclosure your way.
That's right. That's correct, man.
I'm gonna go through Burger King tomorrow, and I'm gonna be like, I want the I am disclosure Whopper.
Do that. and can you video yourself doing that? And when they don't give it to you, you need to hand them one of those little I am disclosure tags. Oh, you don't have one yet. Wait, I'll get you one, and then you can do that. Okay.
There we go.
So here's his last. Here's the last part of the show, and I like I said, this is. I don't know. Just watch it.
It's a great question. Do you ever wish you could forget what you saw?
Oh no, not at all. No. No, I want to see it again. I want to know more about everything there. That I sleep thinking about that technology.
If you could ask somebody who worked at S4 right now, right? If you could talk to them right now, what's something you'd ask?
What did you find out? Where did we go from there? I mean, tell me anything.
Yeah.
Tell me, how was the power generated? You know, how did the components communicate to each other? What range did they work at? Just tell me anything. Fill in any blank at all. It's like having a crossword puzzle with nothing in it. Just please put a letter anywhere, and I'd be happy. So that's where I'd be. Anything, any word that came out of his mouth would be, I'd be super happy.
And if you could give advice to somebody on their first day at S4, what would that be?
Just follow the rules. Don't be a jerk. Just go along with the project, or else you'll regret it.
Which right there tells me that he regrets ever coming forward and regrets doing anything to the contrary of what the orders were, because he said he sleeps thinking about that technology. He could still be working on that technology today.
Yep.
Had he not
did that,
gotten squirrely, not just coming out with it, but there were some things that led up to him coming out, fearing for his life, thinking that something was going to happen, and he had to come forward to protect himself.
Yeah.
Always good reason.
Well, I mean, you don't take your friends to a restricted area, outside a restricted area, and film. Okay. I mean, you don't, that's one of the things you don't do.
Yeah.
You know, and whether you support, the cover up or not. I'm just saying that's just something you don't do. And yeah, I think you're right. That's the serious regret is what that is. And
yeah, Booker says he realizes that he's missing out on it.
Yep. And you know what? It probably hurts them just as much because he knew what he was talking about. I don't care what the Stanton Freemans of the world believe. That is one of the reasons that, I just turned my back on a lot of those experts back in the day. I mean, yeah, great researcher. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he wasn't. And
but at the same time,
George
Stanton was a big G man.
Yeah. I mean, he worked in government programs. Okay. I mean, big government programs. So why would he not, I don't know. I don't really care about any of that, but what I do care about is, that technology, cracking it. There probably aren't any more out there who are thinking like Bob. So, it amazes me that they didn't get him to sign some kind of a secrecy act or something and bring him back on. That's the crazy part, after all those years.
Yeah. Enzo said it was the first time he ever seen Bob show regret over it. Same here. When I saw him say that and do that, I was like, oh my God. He's actually, that's true remorse and regret.
That's real.
He knows he's missing out. And then Rainstorm says Bob has some FOMO, 100% fear of missing out.
Yeah, there's no question whatsoever. I think that, again, skeptics gonna be skeptics, and they're always going to find a detraction with him. But I've seen some crazy stuff over the past couple of weeks talking about Bob and how he's a fraud and all this, and it's just like, I know that's been written by people who've never even really
they're following Stanton Friedman's original work. They're all parroting everything he said.
Parroting. That's what I saw.
I mean, that is the skeptic thing to do. You get one person that debunks thing, and then suddenly it's Occam razor. Well, they said it. They got the big brain. So
gotta be true. They're UFO scientists.
Yeah, and I'm grateful that we got the chance that we got a month before he passed away to meet Stanton Friedman.
I am too, because we got to hear that some of this background revelations that he was talking about, and how the programs changed and all that,
Yep.
And how they went deep because they worked, and how those were programs that were literally working with, these massive fission engines and stuff back, in the 50s. And I just can't see how someone that smart, that brilliant, who knows how the inside works, could just say, I don't believe this guy because there's no record of him at blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, Stanton was a really incredibly nice guy. It's a shame he didn't live long enough to see this. I got to meet him twice. And I think once I was with you at one time, Ron, I believe.
Yeah, you two met him in St. Albans.
And really great conversationalist, just a super nice guy, and you really got to see the result of all this. So it's kind of a bummer. Of course, same thing for
Nick Pope.
Thank you. Yeah, couldn't get out there. Especially for Nick as well. He couldn't never see any of this.
Yeah,
that sucks.
I mean, Nick saw stuff though.
Yeah.
Hey,
Dave, do something.
Dave's got it right over there. Right under Seth's thing, but go ahead.
I'll read off Seth's here first on the screen, and then I'll hit Dave's. I think people like Bob are wild cards for the government. He's just normal enough to be dependable and fly under the radar, but just crazy enough to make real breakthroughs.
It's the truth, man.
Yeah.
Stanton was a wonderful researcher, but he started to drink his own Kool-Aid.
Yes. And refused to even look at someone else's. Yes.
In Godot, this is exactly right. Friedman realized later that he was wrong on Lazar, but stuck to his guns.
Yep.
He even addressed that.
I think that there are issues with the whole, I don't know, man. There's just, it's time to talk now. We've moved beyond the clips and stuff. It's time to get your, all of you guys to chime in on this, but it just seems to me that I want you to hold that for up there. We'll get to it. We're dealing with people who are out here right now posing as experts
Yeah.
on these Facebook groups and on X and on
Yeah.
any number of YouTube channels. I want to tell you right now, we're not experts. All right. We don't pretend to be an expert. We are people who have been researching. I am someone who is an experiencer, but that does not mean that I believe everything. I do not believe that the benevolent space brothers are coming to give me secrets. I do believe that something is happening. And I do believe that it is really big and that it has been covered up. And I don't believe it because someone told me to. I believe it because I followed the data. The data is there for anyone to follow, by the way. The problem is it gets detracted by people who have bookshelves full of UFO books that still have their spines in pristine condition. Do you know why their spines are in pristine condition?
Because they've never read them.
They've never opened the cover. They've never looked beyond just that, because
me and you had this conversation the other day about the experts.
It's true. It's 100% true. And those are the people that people are listening to, and they're parroting. I had a couple of conversations with a few of those guys on the groups. I've become a little more interactive on the groups of late, mainly because of the whole demon thing. When you start going down that road, it's like, it just proves to me that some of us are right. You're not ready for disclosure. You're not ready to have this conversation. And it's sad because I really want to move us into that position. And that's why we did the whole hashtag I am disclosure. Oz, next.
So Oz says, I would rather be out there on my own, experiencing the phenomenon than being suppressed. I am disclosure.
Yes, exactly. And that's the whole point. And that's the whole point of why we're doing, what we do, the research that we're doing, the research that you guys graciously have funded, which blows my mind every single week. You don't even know, to help us get out into the field and do these things. And then you get to see it all, and you get something from it. And I think that that's one of the coolest things. Like I said, it's, that's what it takes. It takes people to work together as a community, as a collective, which is, hey, isn't that weird? As the High Strangeness Collective, as we do. And if we see that in other places, I think it could really move the ball forward. It's going to take all of us. It's not going to take one of us or a group.
No, it's an effort.
It's an effort.
And our mission with all of this stuff now is to do the same thing that we did within the Bigfoot community. And that is to go in, disrupt the system from the inside, and get people to take a introspective look into their own research and their own ideas.
Yeah.
And put them to the test.
Yeah. Just look at the data. Does the data really prove out what you think what you want it to prove out? Or are you imposing something on that data?
Yeah.
That's the real issue with it. But
in a perfect world, we'd be shown evidence and data, and then we'd be able to draw our own conclusions from that information. One can only hope. Yeah.
Yep.
That's exactly right.
I agree with that. I really do agree with that. So we're going to be giving these little things out here pretty soon. We're gonna, I think at the end of every show, we're gonna do like a little drawing or something, and we're gonna be giving some of these out. These are little dog tags. And look, when someone says, "What does that mean?" you can say, "Scan this," and that'll take them, straight to our page, take them straight to the YouTube, and then you can say, "Go watch what's on there," and then you'll understand what it means. So there's another way to do your part as far as it goes. And if you want to do a drawing, we can do that. I mean, it's up to you, Joe.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because you can send these out next week. So, just one. We want to do one every show. So
Dave Eggleston says, I've been listening to Paracast for 15 years. Every 5 years, a whole crop of new paranormal novices who think they're experts enter the ecosystem, flogging long debunked cases and persons. Oh, yes, they do. And we used to we had a micro series where we would occasionally come on with our brother, now deceased Wayne, and we would call it beating the squatch out of what was currently going on. And we would rip apart some of the stuff we were seeing, and the experts that were floating around, we would dash their ideas against the rocks because they've already been disproven before they even said them. They think that they're onto some kind of new revelatory information, but it's something that somebody said in 1960. And they're rattling off like it's brand new.
Oh, yeah.
It drives us nuts, but
it's constant. It really is constant.
So much that we've just gotten a filter for it, and we just block it out now.
Enzo wants to remind us, didn't you know that everyone on the internet is an expert? Just ask them.
Right.
Well, you know what, guys? That's why we ask questions like we did tonight with the polls. You know, you're just as much as expert as they are. So we wanted to take these samplings from these polls and see if everybody's kind of coming to the same conclusion. Guess what? You are. I mean, literally, the majority has voted pretty much the way that we voted. And, newsflash, we didn't really vote. So, you guys did that. But it did support what we were thinking, right?
Yeah.
For the whole, this one, could we perhaps be being taught by the NHI at some level? 75% yes. Now, I didn't expect that. I'll be honest with you.
Rainstorm, thanks for joining us. I'm glad that you stopped by. Said this has been a great podcast or show or whatever. Sorry, techno engineer.
No,
very welcome. Thank you. You're more than welcome to jump in every week and enjoy the conversation. Tyler, same goes for you, Mr. 420. You're almost upon the holy days. 4 days away from that, my friend, and hope you will jump back here with us again and hang out next week. We are getting ready to wrap up here shortly, but we're going to hang out for a little bit longer.
Yeah, I want to get some ideas from these folks just a little bit. It's time that we hear from you guys now. The polls were wonderful. Let me hide them. How do we get rid of those, Joe? Just hit delete.
What is it?
There it is.
Yeah, just delete them.
I got it. Okay, so here's the thing. I mean, we got a week, right? Next Thursday. Yep. We've got the show coming up Saturday. So we're going to do us a little part of disclosure ourselves, right? But by next Thursday, you think that you've got something that we're going to be able to present here that's going to paint a picture of some importance to this possible disclosure movement that is underway, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So can you give a little
teaser?
Hint? Yeah.
Well, we mentioned earlier in this episode about a power broker. Well, come to find out there's like 4 of those guys. And so far I have mapped out a lot of people.
Yeah.
And their affiliations and drawn lines connecting each one of these individuals to the respective 4 horsemen, so to speak.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of overlap. You would be surprised at the amount of overlap that takes place here, but it trickles all the way down to today. And it's around currently 45, 50 years worth of names.
Yeah.
So it's some of it I'm omitting because they're like inconsequentials, but we're going to be hopefully showing the tree of that Saturday as long as I can get it finished, because I'm trying to make it in an actual chart that is visible that we can kind of move around and zoom in on.
Sure.
But I'm going to work on that a little bit tomorrow and hopefully wrap it up and get it ready for Saturday. Okay. And if not, never fear, because it will be finished because I have all the names.
Yeah.
I've just got to get them all cobbled together in the right order and get the collared lines where they need to be. And it's kind of conspiracy charty without so much of like the crisscrossing, overlapping collared cables. but yeah,
you're scaring me now, just to let you know.
What is it?
You're scaring me now, just to let you know.
It's very interesting. Again, this we'll just attribute this to me having ADD and being very good,
whatever works,
at seeing the patterns.
I mean, it's gotten us this far so far, right?
Yeah, you're right. Jordan Booker says people want to be cutting edge and the first, but we are different. We are a collective. That is exactly right.
That's true. It's true. And, we want, like I said, everybody, if it's your first time listening, if you're just tuning in right now and you didn't catch it, no. And if you didn't, I swear sometimes. No one will ever take us serious because of stuff like that, but that's okay. That's what we're here for. But if you're just tuning in and you went back and listened to it, you missed the actual live. Maybe you're somewhere where it's like, I don't know, 0 o'clock in the morning or something, and you can't watch the live. But be sure that you do go over and leave some comments. It does help to keep this thing out there and keeps the ball rolling, so to speak, and
the ball of yarn.
The ball of yarn, because Joe needs a ball of yarn for his conspiracy wall.
Man.
I don't know. I really don't know what's happening sometimes. I'll be 100% with you guys. But I will say this. Saturday, you're going to see something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Saturday is going to be a fantastic day, guys. Like, you guys are going to have a blast. We can't wait to get to hang out with you, for one. But it's going to be a ton of fun. We have some folks coming from all up and down the East Coast at this point now that are going to be sharing information. It's going to be awesome. And the food's going to be great. We're having barbecue chicken, barbecue pork, macaroni and cheese, baked beans, and slaw. That's what's on the main course menu. Anything else you guys want to bring is extra.
Yep. Plenty of room, plenty of tables.
Yep.
And the prizes.
Oh,
and prizes.
Shall we talk about the prizes? Can we talk about the prizes?
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about the prizes.
Want me to begin with one?
Yeah, Dave, show some of the prizes,
David.
Because Dave is also going to have some of these of his own artwork that you guys can purchase as well.
Like I did last year, but some new ones.
But check these out. These are amazing.
So this is for the raffle. So we will have let me get the reflection going here. But
close. Yeah, that's good.
So that's of course the Pleiades, and I got a really bad reflection going on here, but yeah. So yeah. Something like that.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. That's a good shot.
Yeah, that'll be one of the all of them. But I'll see in Pleiades. See what we'll have.
Dave wants to remind everyone that at 6 p.m. tomorrow, Pies and Pints, the paranormal pregame begins, folks. It's like a tailgating party. I feel like we should be playing a concert or something next day now, Dave. I don't know.
I know.
Oh, geez.
We're not. But I'm just saying.
Maybe
we thought about it.
Next time, not next
year.
We
thought about it, but next time we will.
Maybe. I don't know.
Gotta have time, yeah.
Just depends. I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen with all that. But yeah, we'll definitely have some fun. There's no question.
It's going to be a ball, literally. Like I can't wait. I'm really excited about it. We're going to be getting together with a bunch of the coolest people. And getting to spend an evening with you or afternoon, because we're starting around 3:30, 4 o'clock, and it's going to go till it's over.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a good time, guys. So looking forward to seeing everybody. Giveaways, Dave. What else? What other? You got a couple others you want to show?
Well, I can show a few more.
What you got more?
Well, I can always come up with something else too for the raffle.
Oh, no, not necessarily a raffle. Just show some of the stuff you'll be bringing.
No, this show your stuff.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I've got all kinds of stuff here. I'm gonna have we'll have fun. And oh gosh, bear
Seth
with me.
says to have tons of fun. I'll be there in spirit. Man, wish you could be there with us.
Next time.
We will be filming some of it and putting it up here, so you guys who miss out will be able to see some of the highlights and get to see the antics we get up to while we're there.
Oh, there's antics everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's always antics. Trust me.
So, oh yeah, here's a couple. I have one more also too. So
okay,
got WR134. My lighting in here kind of colors.
Yeah, you got too much red in the.
But it's gonna be one of them. We'll see on bright light tomorrow though. Got that one. Got a little smaller one here. You know, with a bunch
far
of
out,
dots.
man. Literally, like.
Oh, it's really far out. How far out is that, Dave?
That one here, oh god, it's way out there. I think that one's, I can't remember off the top of my head. It's thousands and thousands of light years. But these are all galaxies. Those are all galaxies. So you're probably talking 50 million light years. And then Joe saw this, and so I have a couple Milky Way shots that I did there with a DSLR.
Nice.
So
yeah, that's a great Milky Way shot.
Yeah,
nice.
There's one more I was going to show.
Joe's gonna make the punch ball. I wish I could make a punch bowl for these, but people got to drive.
Yeah.
I'm a little heavy on the punch bowls whenever I make them.
There
we did hit the magic number, so I'm going to play a little bit of this thing while Dave shows off that, and then Joseph, why don't you tell everybody what some of the other prizes might be?
Well, we have a night vision camera that we're going to be giving away. We've got a chest pack that we're going to be giving away. We've got
as seen on
Paranormal Horizons and Stranger Realities. And we've got some art prints that are going to go up. There may or may not be a couple pieces of jewelry that get put up. I do know that the Bigfoot research, West Virginia Bigfoot Research, is bringing some artwork to give away as well. It's going to be awesome, guys.
Hey, Seth, actually, it's not AI. That's all. We're pretty sure it's holograms.
It's the hologram.
It's holograms.
It's
holograms.
Seth says, Dave, that's all AI. Everyone knows the Earth is flat.
Absolutely.
Yep. It's totally holograms.
Absolutely.
Totally holograms.
Hijinks, really? You're going to be there, Trackway, of course.
Hey, and don't forget, everybody, Ron's swimsuit calendar comes out this year, too.
Yeah, I hate you sometimes.
Oh, man. So, guys, come out, hang out with us this Saturday. It's going to be an absolute blast. Ron, go ahead and play us a little ditty.
Here we go. There you go. That'll do her.
Thank you, guys. The Zorp and Cargon swimsuit calendar, that That could
not happening. That'll be total AI.
Now, well, there's enough of Zorp already in AI.
Oh, I know.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I've heard.
So some folks were asking if Joe played as well. Yes, this is one of mine. This one's fun. I might bring it with me.
A duet.
Never know. Then let's see. We're going to be having food. We're going to be having gifts. We're going to be having a bunch of hangout time and sharing data. We've got research groups from New England, research group from Ohio, research from a little bit further south, I think, going all the way out in Kentucky.
And wow, really?
Us, yep.
I didn't even know that.
Yep.
Dave, do I need to bring my tribal drum? Yes, Dave. Not for
got
this
one of them
though.
upstairs too.
If you want to bring it, you can, though. We're not going to say no.
Yep.
I mean, you are in a room full of musicians. Just saying.
Yep. And Ron and I both have drums as well. Dave's a drummer, like one of the best drummers. He's phenomenal. Then the paranormal powwow. Well, oddly enough, Mr. Eggleston, we are invited to a powwow every year in Fayetteville, West Virginia, and we go out there. It's in October. It is Thunder in the Mountains. We'll be back there again. It's a great time.
What?
Yeah,
what?
Linda fell while walking the dog. Hopefully, can get her ready to go by Saturday.
Throw her in a wheelbarrow. Just throw her in a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, that works.
Dump her in the front seat, and then one of us can probably take her from there. I mean, just bring her in there. No big deal. We'll get her there.
Tony says, I was under the impression that Zorp and Cargon OF was in the works. Uncomfortably strange reality.
No.
Oh, man.
Negative.
Ron already has an OnlyFans page, so just saying.
Negative.
Oh, good grief.
Remember, I need reasons to stay positive and not hate you both. You make it hard.
Oh, man. I hope you guys are safe traveling to get here. Those of you who are traveling a distance, you guys be careful on your way in.
I swear, David, if you don't, you're getting just as bad as the rest of these guys. Okay? Just stop.
50 Shades of Grey. I bring something never seen before. I can't wait.
Awesomeness. So get excited, guys. It's going to be a good time. We're going to have some fun. There's going to be a lot of data sharing. There's going to be some really cool stuff. We are going to show some really cool stuff. It's okay. Yep. Go dot. It's okay. You're going to see some of the stuff. Don't worry.
Yeah, the evidence stuff, and then as long as we can get the people who bring evidence from the other groups to sign off on showing some of their findings in the video, you'll see that. But you'll definitely see the stuff we release.
Yeah, you'll definitely see ours. So some folks may not want to share their stuff, publicly out
totally
here. And I totally get it. Believe me, there are things that we haven't shared for that very reason. So we totally get that. But it takes a lot of time to get it out there to where it's it's produced right, and you've got something that kind of bounces off of someone else's stuff.
And Jen says fun, food, data, and did I say food?
You did say food. I think I said food too. Yeah.
Can't wait. Guys, it's really going to be awesome. Come out Saturday. You can start showing up around 3:30. We'll kick off somewhere after 4.
NDAs for everyone. Yes, that's right. Yes, I have to get those made. I'm sorry. That's right.
And we will see you guys there. We can't wait. It's going to be an absolute ball. I'm excited. We will. Carly Young, is Beth going to be there? I think she's going to try to make it. The last I heard, she was going to, but I haven't heard from her in a few days about that. I talked to her yesterday, but not about the event.
Oh, too, Joe. Tell everybody also too, for everybody coming on Saturday, make sure to bring some, at least a jacket and a long pair of pants, because it's supposed to be pretty cool Saturday night. So
it is going to cool off Saturday. So if you are traveling, go ahead and pack you long sleeves and some pants. I know it's been in the 90s the last couple days, but pack for some cooler weather just in case.
Yeah, the drive home might be a little cool.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Especially those of you guys who are going to be staying in the campgrounds. If you're going to be camping out at one of the local campgrounds, make sure you pack warm. Pack you some nice, cool daytime clothes, but be ready for a cool shift moving in. So thank you guys for hanging out. Once again, thank you to everybody who's made donations to make all of this stuff possible, to keep this free, to keep the show free, to keep the events free. We can't thank you enough. Like, it doesn't get lost on us. It still blows our mind to this day that you guys support what is going on here the way that it's supported. It blows us away.
It is pretty wild is what it is. That's what it is. So,
And so thank you guys again. And we will see you hopefully Saturday the 18th. Somewhere around 3:30, 4 o'clock. Feel free to show up anytime between there. Other than that.
Oh, yeah, we are going to need those volunteers. Remember that. Don't forget that.
Yes, we will need volunteers for cleanup after the event. Mm-hmm. So we really appreciate that. That would make a tremendous cut in our time on getting home.
Absolutely.
But if we don't see you Saturday, we will see you right here, Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Wild and Weird Radio Live, baby.
Unless the Men in Black show up, though.
Yeah.
You've got if Men in Black show up, you really won't.
Right. Or an asteroid hits the Earth. Yeah.
Hashtag Team Big Rock.
Oh, there you go again. There you go again, Dave.
Stay wild and weird.